Hey guys, what's up? It's Lizzie Jean, and we are back with something new today. I am sitting down with AP, who runs 128 Productions here in Denver. They are throwing Regenerate Fest with AEG, which is a huge, massive, incredibly stacked house and techno festival that is happening this coming weekend, June 7th and 8th at Civic Center Park. We're talking Eric Prydz, Agents of Time, John Summit, TDJ, Gorgon City, and so many more. Insane lineup. We do a little bit of a site visit. We recorded the podcast on site at the Greek Theater, which is one of their main stages at Civic Center Park for this coming weekend at Regenerate Fest. We talk about the festival, the curation of the festival, his past history, and seeing the Denver music, house, and techno scene grow and how we can continue to push it forward. And it was just a very cool, lovely, insightful conversation. Get to know 128 Productions, get to know about Regenerate Fest, and we will be live on site this Friday doing some artist interviews, and we're definitely going to post all of them after, which I'm super excited for. This is definitely the pinnacle of what I love doing outside of having private conversations with other artists and industry professionals. And if you're going to Regenerate Fest, I will see you there. If you love what we're doing with the podcast, make sure you comment, follow, like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about it. Love you guys so much for continuing to listen to this each and every week. I'm glad you guys loved the solo episode last week. We're just trying a bunch of different things this year, and I am so here for it. So let's get into it. I'm sitting down with AP from 128 Productions. We are talking about Regenerate Fest that is being thrown by 128 Productions and AEG this coming weekend at Civic Center Park, featuring artists like Eric Prydz, John Summit, Gorgon City, and many, many more.
AP, thank you so much for joining me today on the podcast. We're here to talk about Regenerate. Regenerate is in 2 weeks from now. Yep. We are so excited to have house and techno infused for the second year in the Denver electronic dance music scene. Tell me about it. Are you excited?
Well, we're on site here, and just walking in, I got really excited. But this is year 2 of the festival, like you said, and we are really excited. Couldn't be happier with the lineup and the response we've gotten from the community. So really excited.
So super exciting, and it's very cool. We're predominantly, obviously, Denver has been taken over by electronic dance music, but we're really known for being the bass capital.
Yeah, well, you're a bass artist.
I know. So I definitely get that. But as I was saying before, I feel like I've switched a leaf to the dark side, and I'm now this techno snob that I've just been loving. And when I was at EDC last week, everything techno, all the time. Mm-hmm. And you just have some astounding acts on here that are pushing house, progressive house, techno. We have everything from John Summit to Eric Prydz to Ben Bohmer doing a live set, and so many more. So tell me about what Regenerate means to you, why you started this festival in general.
Yeah. Well, we'll start at the beginning. This is year 2 of the festival, and 128 is my company, our company, and we partner with AEG. And we kind of had this idea of doing something a little bit different in Denver. Obviously, you spoke to it. It's the bass capital, very heavy in dubstep. I grew up in Colorado, so definitely, engrossed in that scene, love that scene.
Yep.
But through my college years and later years, I was more of a club rat and really loved the house and techno scene. And it's definitely grown in popularity, as you saw at the AC. I went to Tomorrowland last year, and it was all the main stages were techno, hard style, great house music, progressive house. But it all came with an idea last year, and we found the site, and we just had great response from the community. Everybody that came just loved it. It snowed the night before, so we were very excited with the turnout, and the vibes are good, and we came back for year 2. But we took a bigger jump. We wanted to go to 2 days, and as you saw at the lineup, we took a big jump in that department.
Crazy.
But like I said before, a lot of this lineup was inspired not only by past festivals that myself and other members of 128 have gone to, but we really wanted to speak to Denver within that house and techno community. If you look at other festivals like ARC in Chicago, San Diego, they really speak to their demographic and their roots and of their city. And I feel like our lineup speaks to that. Has a good taste of house techno, a little bit of Anjuna in there, which Colorado loves Anjuna.
Yes.
As well as we're trying to introduce some new sounds to, the people who are in the community that might not know who artists like Agents of Time are, TDJ, trying to introduce those new sounds, bring some of the European style here to Denver.
That's so exciting. And it's so like boundary pushing. It's definitely a risk. It's definitely like risk meets reward, but that's how like anything good starts. I feel like it's a lot of sacrifice and years down, and everybody says it takes 5 years of a festival to even start making like the progress. And to see you guys make such a jump in like caliber of artists and size and facilitation, where you're going to have 3 stages running here. You have your main stage, you have your second stage, and then you have an all regional stage.
Yes.
That is so crazy. And like, it's very cool where you represent 128 Productions that does a lot of like house techno, minimalistic shows here. Are you excited to put on like a lot of regional acts that are pushing the sound right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think to what you said, it starts on that base level of, building the community in the smaller rooms, the underground scene, and, talking to a lot of other promoters and agents and managers. They definitely say this has an underground feel to it. But to do it on this scale, 2 days at a site as beautiful as this with great partners like AEG, it's a dream come true, really.
It's so crazy. And I remember moving here from Florida, because in Florida, to have any musical concert, especially something affiliated with like electronic dance music on the Capitol grounds, is just not even a conceptual thing. Like if you said, hey, in Tallahassee, we're going to throw multiple 1,000-person events, or have Lane 8, or have Regenerate, or have Eric Prydz or John Summit, people would just like laugh in your face. So it really speaks to Denver as a city too, being so welcoming and wanting to progress and make like the whole entire scene move forward, and with their support to like events like yours.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's all about. I think Denver as a community as a whole, right? There's just so many good promoters in the city. And it is a music city. I would say, it's top 5, maybe even top 3 in the nation. I'm a little biased because I was born here, but with Red Rocks and, most iconic venue in the world, to all this new events that keep popping up, it's really incredible. And it speaks to, the people in the scene, and it speaks to the city itself, because without the fans and the community, I don't think, the shows would be nothing really.
It's nothing without, speaking from like an artist perspective, it is nothing without fans. Like if you don't have fans and the community and the people who follow you, it's not there. And I feel like it's the same for event promotion. And whether it's like a small 100-cap venue, or it is a 1,000-person festival that you're putting on, and the fans show up here, which is so exciting.
Well, they do. They definitely do.
With you being a Denver native, tell me about like your path in music, because you really have seen this whole community grow from little to nothing to what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from here. People ask, where are you from in Colorado? And I say, I've grown up in every corner of the state, because I really have. But I finished my schooling up in Boulder, and that was around the time I was really getting into, heavy into the music scene. There was a company up there called Angry Neighbor. They used to do bass shows. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh,
but
that sounds fun though. I like that name, Angry Neighbor.
But I was helping the guy who ran that company, helping him with some of his events, just setting up. And I told him, I said, I have a group of friends. We all like house music. If I book some DJs and we get it under your umbrella, can we do a show? And he said, yeah, let's do it. So I did a couple under, his umbrella. And then I kind of just had this vision of like, wow, I can do this. And met some really good partners along the way. Rob West, he's my right-hand man when it comes to 128. Wesley, he's my little brother. He also is on the scene. He goes by West Side. Brent Steinhaus, he's another partner, has been with us since the beginning. And he's been really helping out, our marketer. Her name is Sam Baranek, Jack Hamlin, Amber Delisle. She's now working at AEG, partner, and helps with the talent buying and booking and all other aspects. So we have a really strong crew behind 128. But that's kind of how my, journey happened in Boulder, and we brought it here to Denver, and we didn't have great success at the beginning, but we just kept with it. We kind of branded our model around, doing intimate events with a lot of production and really focusing on the party rather than just the talent. And we got really great feedback from people in the community, and it snowballed. We met great partners and just kind of grew to what it is today. So we're very blessed.
It's time and consistency and not giving up. And I feel like as I start to really learn more about everything aside from like the artist path, there's a lot of things that are similar.
Yeah.
A lot of things that are similar, like having the right team around you and building your foundation and like really just like pushing away at it until you reach these milestones. What was something in last year, since it was the first Regenerate Fest, was that just like a pinnacle of, wow, we've worked so hard to be able to do something like this, and now we've like started a new book kind of with like a chapter 1 of a legitimate festival in Denver, where festivals don't necessarily exist in Denver ever.
Yeah, it was when I started 128 and I brought on my partner Rob, I told him, I said, I'm in this, I want to throw festivals. That was kind of one of the first things I said to him. He might have thought I was crazy, but he didn't. And he's like, let's do this thing. And so to be where we're at around 5-6 years later, it was very just like surreal to, start with the first booking of the first artist, to start with a concept and idea, and then just kind of go through the process of what it takes and what goes into throwing an event on this scale. We're not quite EDC, but it's still a lot amount of people and a lot of logistics figured out.
They're crazy. Yeah. Everyone looks at this lineup and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The lineup is amazing. And again, I think we just have a great team, and it's been curated by people who are in the scene and that love music themselves. We're fans first. And I think that's what helps us really have a pulse on what Denver wants, especially in these scenes, because we're out in the scene. We know all the other promoters. We're out at shows. And we're trying to book the best talent and throw the best party as we can.
That's so exciting. And like with your feet on the ground, you're always like being a part of like dance music culture. I feel like is so important as an artist, as an industry professional, as a promoter, because the fans are going to tell you what you want or what they want, but you just kind of have to listen.
Yep.
And if you're so far removed and you're kind of like operating on this, like, this is the path and this is what I want, you're not always as receptive to those things.
Definitely. You definitely got to be receptive to what, people want in the scene, and also a little bit of selfishness. Sometimes you got to be like, look, I know this is great. I want to introduce this to people, but it's a collaborative effort.
It's a collaborative effort. It's like being like a DJ. It's like you want to give them what they don't know that they want, that they'll actually fall in love with.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I look at names on the lineup and just like, ooh, like as a new techno fan, I've seen a little bit of some of the names, and obviously the big guys, Iron Prydz, John Summit, all of the headliners, but the undercard is quite strong.
Yeah, no, the undercard is huge.
It's huge.
Even our locals are all very prominent people in this scene that are really active in the community and play a lot of the different venues. And we really wanted to touch on all of that. So I feel like we got a lot of those really good acts locally in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from the lineup that you're just like, I've talked to quite a few talent buyers, and they have like dream bookings, like dream venues. Yeah. Are any of these guys like a dream booking for you?
Yeah. So my favorite artist of all time is Eric Prydz, Prydz. And, I've been a big fan, as we say, the cult of Prydz. Been a big fan of his music and just what he's done consistently for a very long time in the music scene. And so it was a very surreal moment being able to book him and put this on the lineup.
So crazy.
And actually, kind of be involved with like the curation of, the set. And I'm sure on Saturday when he goes on, it'll all hit me all at once.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I just saw the Prydz set at EDC.
Oh, and just talking about it.
That was so good. I remember I was finishing up doing interviews and I was like, we gotta go. Like, we gotta go. His visual presentation, like, talk to me some about like what we can expect from the production. Like at the main stage, kind of at this stage, like I know that we have obviously huge acts at every stage, but is there certain like designs for production that you're very excited to kind of push forward in these different stages?
Yeah, so we can't speak too much. I don't want to give too much away.
Let's not give too much away.
But For this size of festival, I think we're really unique in that we have two main stages, right? The Greek Theater and the City Hall stage, we call the City Stage. They're equal in production, equal in size, and obviously equal.
It's not always that way.
It's not always that way.
Not always that way.
And unfortunately, people are going to have a tough time deciding. It always is at every festival. But
this is just so cool. And we're in the Greek Theater right now, right?
We're currently sitting in the Greek Theater.
We're currently sitting in the Greek Theater. It's literally like, I feel like I'm like in Rome kind of deal where, and to see, because I've been here for like the Jamboree and like I was here for Lane 8. I was here for certain events. But this will be my first Regenerate. And I feel like it'll be just very cool to see this space to come to life because there's so much to play with. Like, there's so much to do.
And even from, day to night, it completely transforms. And, last year when we had Charlotte DeWitt here in the Greek stage, I was, back dancing with my friends, and one of my buddies whispered in my ear, he goes, it doesn't feel like we're in Denver right now.
No.
And I was like, that is what we're going for. And I can't wait for you to
bring the Detroit vibe, the Chicago vibe, New York City underground vibe. It's so exciting. And then do we have after parties?
So currently there are a few after parties that are booked at the Larimer Lounge, Lost Lake, very small. There might be one more on the horizon. We won't speak to it right now, but you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like it goes fairly late, right?
Actually, we end at 10 o'clock.
End at 10 o'clock. Okay, so 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
And it's Saturday, 2 to 10.
Oh, that's way longer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I always think about like Fridays and people work and it's kind of like more difficult to get out early and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like 5 to 10 is great. It's like this like day like thing that's just like super exciting.
And a good excuse to dip out of work early or maybe have an office beer or something.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
And people I'm sure will be getting off. And the location, it's so close to,
You're close to everything. I mean, if you live in like Uptown, even if you live in like Rhino, Low-High, you're like a 5-minute Uber or like a 2-minute walk here, which is like absolutely crazy. If you could tell Regenerate fans and attendees like 3 things before coming, what would you tell them?
Well, first, I would say thank you. We're nothing without you guys. And that'd be the number one thing. 2, I would just say to remember to be respectful of everybody coming. We have a lot of different demographics here. And 3, enjoy the ride. It's going to be a fun night. And, maybe we could get a Lizzie Jane techno set in the future.
Oof. High BPMs.
Yeah.
Everyone says that right now. Whether it's Armin or it's Griffin or like I sat down with so many people and they were just like high BPM.
Yeah.
They're fucking here. And I was like, yes, like this is so good.
I think life's getting harder, so we need harder techno.
Yeah.
Harder BPM.
We absolutely do. That's actually great. We need that on a t-shirt. 128. Life gets hard, higher BPMs. Like something like that would be so fucking sick.
We'll do a collab.
Yeah, we love that. I love that. Well, I am so excited to attend Regenerate. I'm so excited to be doing live artist interviews. We're going to be doing these on Friday throughout the event. We're going to be dropping live clips with like some of the acts playing. And I think that it's going to be just like this very cool cultural thing that's going to keep growing here.
Absolutely.
So exciting.
We're very excited.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on to talk about it. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sweet. Awesome. Bye, guys.